you knew getting more reps and his athleticism, he had a knack for being able to make people miss. He made us miss 2 or 3 times, maybe more, inside the pocket, get out on the perimeter and break us down. You know, that's where we got to do a better job, you know, keeping those quarterbacks hemmed up. Now stay in coverage and force them to make a good throw.
It's easier to play when you're down 30. I mean, it is. There's not the pressure that you have to make the throws that you do.
That's right. I mean, and you got to hand it to him. He made a couple of throws over, you know, the underneath coverage and got it down before the deep coverage was able to get there. And they did some nice things. I mean, they're going to be a good football team as the year progresses. And it was a great opening challenge for us.
You know, talking to defensive coaches all the time, they say tackling improves during the year. Is that what you see?
No doubt. I mean, you can't emulate that in practice. I mean, you know, you're trying to protect your teammates, especially in the fall camp. I mean, even though we tackle and do some live situations, it's almost like you have to play your way into becoming a great tackling team anymore. And again, I think that just a lot of that has to do with the nature and the style of play with the offenses, and you will become a better tackling team. I mean, you miss a lot of tackles game one typically.
When you were watching the tape, were there any kids playing the stack, or were they playing your defense?
You know, it's an evolution. I mean, you could, and I said this earlier in the week, that sometimes you're going to revert back to things that you've done because it's second nature. It's habit. So you know, maybe miskeying or alignment-wise, we kind of got outflanked 2 or 3 times, and again, you didn't see that happening in the first half. I mean, I thought the first half was really clean. We had one missed run fit. They had an 18-yard run, I believe, and then from then on, it was really clean all the way through the end of the third quarter. Then it got stopped.
How about your kids? Were you happy with the way they got off blocks?
You know, I really was. I was very pleased with Isaiah Bruce's performance. Naturally, I mean, had 16 tackles and you know, the fumble caused by Terrence, which I thought was really good. I thought Doug Rigg did some good things. I thought he was in position. You just got to get him to become more productive. And I think that for the first time since fall camp, or since I've been here, actually, this will be the first week. Today will be the first practice where I've had everybody healthy. So I'm excited about that.
Back to Isaiah for a second, sorry. Dana mentioned that he's a smart kid. I mean, how much does that play into him picking this up quickly?
I think it has everything to do. You know, there's a lot of kids that are smart, that football doesn't maybe come natural to. Where Isaiah is one of those guys. I mean, he's definitely earned my trust just because he's such a worker. He typically is in position, and he has tried to gain an understanding of what we're doing, and I think you start to see it pay off. My biggest thing with I've tried to strain him mentally and physically to become a tough mindset linebacker. I think you saw it when they tried to run the ISO out of the end zone. He knocked their fullback 3 yards deep in the backfield and got in on the tackle. So I see great strides from Isaiah. Was pleased with his first performance.
I'm not sure this is a fair question or an easy question, but where is this defense in respect to where you were last year, moving the Pitt defense along? Because I know you got better throughout the year and had to move guys around and do things.
Well, I think what happened a year ago is we were probably the first couple of games, I think we're ahead of where we were, honestly, because we didn't play too well the first 2 or 3 games. Well, the first 2 games, I would say for sure, got better against Iowa. They played really well from then on out. But I think that I like where we are. There's just some little things that we got to clean up. I mean, from a fundamental and a technique standpoint, and getting our guys to understand that you got to practice at a tempo that's going to carry over to the game. And I think they're starting to understand that. It's really hard to compare because our personnel is so different.
Well, I was going to say, with your personnel last year, weren't you tinkering and experimenting a little more than you are with these guys?
It was a different adjustment, but it was similar in a lot of ways in the fact that we're evolving from a stacked defense. They'd been a 4-3 defense, so they would key the ball, get off of the ball, where in a 3-4, it's not so much just teeing off. I mean, you're playing, different shades and things like that. So it's different up front for the D linemen, where it's really more similar for our D linemen here at West Virginia than it was a year ago. So that part of it, where the biggest challenge is for us is the linebacker. Now the linebacker play is so different because they've got, at times we have Star and Bach and three defensive linemen, or 6 guys up on the line of scrimmage, where they've been used to having 3, sometimes 4, and it just the run fence. I mean, they're a little bit more protected. And as an evidence, we saw what happened. Isaiah Bruce making plays, and we got to get more linebackers doing that as well.
So you